Anna Izzardo from Poison Rock, and today we have with us Fab from Tyr. First of all, how are you?
Hey there. I'm pretty good actually. I got holidays right now and I'm enjoying them a lot right now.
I mean, so like good start of your vacation, of your holiday season then.
I'm sorry, what was
Is
it?
that good start of your holiday season then?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can use that. The weather is already getting better, so I'm pretty confident it will be great. Yeah.
Just going to plan, I think, some beaches or just some lakes?
Oh, no beaches. There are no beaches around. I have to drive a
I
very
don't know if
long.
you're traveling.
Will travel a bit. I will drive to some bigger cities in the near
Yeah.
and on a festival. So nothing too far away actually.
Kind of, let's say, chill
Chill.
protocol.
It will be pretty chilled actually.
But
Yeah.
of course, like before talking about like the demo we said and of Tyr and the first EP and
Mhm.
all the project started and the sound, I want to ask about your own musical path, Fab. So how it started, like also before joining the band and before that, even you were like a toddler, a kid.
Oh, this is a very long journey. You know, I'm an old man already with 41. So,
Don't tell
but
that. I'm not even younger than you. We'll talk about that. Not even.
So when I was four, no, that's a fucking lie. I started playing actually pretty late. I started playing the bass with 16 years or so, 15, 16 years. I bought an old bass from a friend of mine, and then I just started playing autodidactic. And but for a very long time, I haven't been playing in a band. And my first band I got around when I was 23, 24. It was a metalcore band back in the days, and was not playing the bass. I was just singing there, and yeah, it wasn't really my kind of music actually, and it was more like a compromise so everybody could play together. So and but with
Just
yeah,
having fun.
and I'm sorry, but did you say?
Just let's say having fun at practice in the end with friends.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, we didn't leave the rehearsal room too much actually. And then I met a guy, a guitar player, Simon, and he was a pretty good guitar player. Actually, he is a pretty good guitar player, and he wanted to start a stoner rock band, and I wasn't even sure what that is back in the days. I was 26 or 6 or something like that, and he invited a drummer. And the drummer got a female friend of him, and then we started a band called Hackathon, and this was my first real band, I'd say, and I really loved playing there. And it was my first dive into the stoner business, in the stoner genre. I'm sorry, not
So
stoner business.
from
Didn't sell any drugs. No.
So from stoner to no, from metalcore to stoner.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So that you felt kind of the stoner sound was closer to your own sound, the one that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I always listened to stoner actually, but I didn't know the name of the genre back in the days. Then when I got to know which bands are considered being stoner rock or doom metal. I listened to this since I've been 12 years old actually, but I always thought it was something like goth rock and gothic metal, but I was actually mistaken, because I wouldn't say that bands like Paradise Lost or Type O Negative are gothic metal. They are doom in the end, and I really love that genre all the time. Yeah.
Also, band like as audios like they, for example, today could be thought about stoner rock or cues, but back then it was like what, post grunge, post rock. What was that?
Yeah,
I think during that.
It's kind of a pretty mixed bag, you know, and they are all kind of related, you know, especially grunge and stoner are so close related.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
yeah. Of course, if we say to the people, I mean, we didn't witness to the grunge itself, but at least what I think for our generation we saw was the leaving of that part of the scene. So what was left, I think when I was 12, I think, or 13, we still had that, a lot of grunge cover band going on that I don't see today. And it's really difficult, and it's not sad, but sometimes I miss those times when there was all people listening up to Nirvana, Soundgarden, was a lot of this, but music is beautiful because it's evolving. So you said that you went into your first stoner band. And
yeah, genau. Hackathon was the name of the band. There's still something out there. You can listen to it on YouTube, but we never made it that far. But it was a lot of fun playing with those guys. And then we split back in the days because our guitar player Simon, who I mentioned already, he decided to how can I take over the business from his dad. And our female singer, she was pretty young when she joined us, and then she decided to go studying. And you know, it's like always, life is going on. Yeah, right. And afterwards, three of us, Jones, Jan, which is the guitar player of, who is the guitar player of Tyr today. He was the second guitar player back in Hackathon times. And we decided to go on with the three of us. And then we had another iteration. Which didn't last for too long, with a violin player and an organ player. Great musicians, great people, but didn't work out when it comes to the ambitions. You know, we wanted to just do a bit more and tour and stuff like that. And then we decided only the three of us will stay together as a core. And yeah, then we proceeded, the three of us, as a power trio. Yeah.
And that's Tyr, basically.
That's Tyr. That's what Tyr today is, since 2019, I think. So already 6 years.
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
Like an evolution, like we can see from, also like you mentioned, from the first serious band like Hackathon. Throughout the years, you ended up to just be the three of you. That I think also the sound changed as a Tyr, because of course I guess you would have I don't know, sit in one room or whatever in a soft, saying, okay, it's the three of us, what we're gonna do now. So when there was the moment when you decided to just how was or where it was to just step back in this new journey, we can call it, as a band, as a project, as a Tyr, and especially what brought you to go throughout this genre that I will let you define by yourself, of course.
All right. So when we played in Hackathon, with the five of us, we were more. I think it was more like the classic stoner rock back in the days. And afterwards, when we played with the organ player and the violin player, it was more like a doom band, actually. It was much slower than we play today, and much slower than Hackathon. I really liked the sound of it, but to me, it wasn't individual enough. And when we started playing with Tyr, it was just like, okay, throw together all the good ideas and let's see what happens. And it was more like, you know, a bit of a System of a Down song, but in stoner, you know, we just shake the head and then you just pull out some papers. Oh, this riff, all right, let's cluster them together. This is a song, you know. And this approach wasn't too good, actually. There was clearly an evolution in songwriting going on, and when it comes to me, I'm listening a lot to stuff like Seal and Ardor, and I love those Western vibes when they comes to the music, because they give something like a gloomy atmosphere to it, and I really wanted to incorporate that in our sound too, and I think that's one of the main reasons why we are sounding today like we sound today, like something like a Western stoner band or dark blues band, and I think it's more major today, like we are playing.
Yeah, and also it's not. I mean, especially this Western stoner or Western sound as music is always a thing. It's always what brought for us as a kid from those old movies there was on TV, on cinema.
Yeah, like
that is
Sergio Leone and stuff like that. You know,
I mean, the All and the Mighty, Clint Eastwood. So that's, I mean,
good choice.
He's the best. I mean, he and all the people surrounding him, and also that's what is called spaghetti Western. That's I think what us in Europe we were seeing towards that United States. They had, you know, a little bit of an idea about how it was also Italy somehow, but they created this version of that, this world, this fantastic world for us as a kid growing up and seeing our parents, our grandparents watching this TV show on TV and the times, really in the times, and one of the best composer Ennio Morricone was that I have to give him that was one of the best. And the thing he created is that Sergio Leone created is not only like the spaghetti western and the western movie, also that moves into the music. Like he got a lot of the music because he kind of has some fascinating word about the western and the west, looking for the west, those cowboy thing. But I don't know. But what was he knew that got that fascinating thing about or interest in the western music mainly?
It's when it comes to me, it's not. It's partially because of movies, and I'm a big cineast as well. But I always loved when there was a kind of a bluesy note in rock music, like and the Western folkloristic moment, like when Johnny Cash record, I think it's something American. I don't know the name of the album, but I really loved "God's Gonna Cut You Down" and the cover song "Hurt" from he covered from Nine Inch Nails, and I really loved the
vibe,
the mood, the vibe of it, and I think he recorded it with Rick Rubin back in the days, and it was something very minimalistic but very expressive. It had very much expression in it. And I loved when Marilyn Manson did his Mechanical Animals album, which was very rich of gospel elements. I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me, with this whole gospel core going on. And those moments always caught me, and I wanted to embrace those elements as well in the music we are doing.
Yeah, because the also, like, for example, the parallel project of Nergal from Behemoth is
all right. The man
of Man and Mice, with Mice and Men. I guess I don't want to say wrong names, but it's also that country, darkish, western. So that's all these elements as something that goes. Also the David Vincent, I Am Morbid. He did a parallel project. He did some song, I think, that was in the country. Was one of the first in the metal scene, speaking about. But you mentioned, for me, it's like the father of that genre, which is also Johnny Cash. I mean, I can say nothing. There's no one can say, "Oh, I don't like Johnny Cash," because these are tastes, but no one can deny that. If we are listening to most of the song we're listening today, is because thanks to his music and his storytelling. So, of course, I would like to ask you how much is important for you, the storytelling also in the music, and for Tyr. Like, what is
actually a fucking lot. I love especially the storytelling moment when it comes to lyrics, and I'm not. When I write most of the lyrics in the band, not all of them. Jan wrote some too, and we always have this influence from Jones, our drummer, as well. But he's not that vocal when it comes to the to creating the lyrics. But I'm not too. I'm not that interesting in writing a philosophical text or something, or social comments. Not in that direct way. I don't want to. I like to tell something like a story that is building up, and where's always something that the listener can fill up to. I don't want to tell everything. I want to leave those blind spots that can be filled. What happened before, what happened afterward, what will happen afterwards.
A proper story itself.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I like the most.
Because the first demo, so that was the demo, was Donor. So that was the first moment that you guys recorded some music of, and as you told me, there is an EP now. So, of course, the most common thing, which I don't ask you how changed the sound, because from a demo to an EP, there is always the technical part that became the sound maybe more polished, I guess. But I mean, sound-wise and lyric-wise, there is some changes, or it's just an evolution or continuous, or from Donor?
That's a good question. I think throughout the years we found our sound, but it was a very long journey, especially for me. And I always felt kind of insecure when it comes to my bass sound. And the other two guys, they're always saying, "Yeah, right, that sounds great. Just keep it." No, and then the next rehearsal, I'm always adjusting the knobs again, and of course, it's completely bullshit. I think when it comes to the bass, it gotten a bit darker throughout the years and a bit more heavy. And when it comes to the guitar, it got actually a bit more brilliant and less swampy. But I really like that Jan and me, we are trying to adjust the sound that it fits with each other, and every new pedal we are buying is always compared to the sound of the other, so it's not something long-standing, but something that creates something like a symbiosis or something like that. And I think in the end the sound gotten heavier and maybe a bit more professional throughout the years, but I can't really say more about that. I can't really describe it, it's a bit difficult for me.
Of course, the ECP which is out, you're planning at the moment to write maybe a full length, or you just want to keep it at the moment, like with the EPs or releasing music, like what's in the actual mood of Tear?
Oh, actually, we actually have a long player out there, which is considerable short, but only because we wanted to have it on vinyl as well. We want to have that. So, and you get the best sound when it's about 22 minutes or less on one side, and so the album length is connected to the length of a vinyl long player. So it may be for some people it may be a bit short for a full length album with 44 minutes, but it was what we wanted to have. And actually we are already working on new material. We get 4 to 5 songs in the pipe, and one we are already playing live, and I really hope we can go a bit
45 songs.
No, 4 to 5. I'm not 4 or 5. Oh, I'm sorry, no, 45. We are not making crust core or something like that. No. We are working on 4 to 5 songs right now, and one is finished, and we play it already live. And it really got a bit heavier. On the other end, it got a bit more melodic. We tried.
Like, of course, like we mentioned the Western side, the doomish side, but if with your own word, like forget about the labeling, forget about everything. How would you describe the sound in your own from your point of view of Tear?
I would say make something like a heavy blues. It can get quite moody, and something like slow and heavy rock thingy going on without being too much bound by boundaries of genre, and we are taking the liberty to experiment with funk elements, with metal elements, and some crunch elements, and it's not that traditional stoner like. Which I really like, something like Slow Moser or Fu Manchu, great bands, but not what we are trying to aim at. Yeah.
But I think
not right now,
spontaneous when you're rehearsing, writing stuff, writing riffs, and song that sound came spontaneous. But lyric-wise, of course, you mentioned something, but we mentioned like always the Western themes, but what is the band really trying to bring to the people? Like, try to say to the listeners what you want to try to bring as a storytelling or as the lyrics itself?
When it comes to the stories, we just want to. It's like just a narrative I want to create, but it's not always what I want to bring to the listener. It's sometimes something I want to express about myself, and even though it might not be too obvious to the listener, but very often I'm talking about my inner life and sometimes personal drama. It's definitely not that obvious all the time, but very often it's about personal things I need to cope with and to canalize in a lyrical way, more like I think that's the thing for many musicians. You try to
Really.
cope with your dramata and your drama, your personal, and you use the music to release some of the
Exactly.
tension,
And then it's when also came the job of the listeners to listen that song, and maybe it's even the wrong song, but they found something that song they can help to release. Maybe it's about the opposite thing that you're talking about. For me, maybe they could feel as a releasing, because I think at the end all came also how people feel and listen to music. So
my personal life is not too special. I think there are many people that can relate, like I did when I was listening to music from of Type O Negative and stuff like that, very emotional music. And even though the personal life of Pete Steele was definitely not mine and is not mine, but I still could relate to his lyrics, and I really hope maybe some people can do the same with what I'm writing.
Yeah, that's that's the beauty of music, because you can really listen most of any song that really hits you some way, and that's gonna stuck with you, because the world is full of music, and there are the greatest, the rock star, the most amazing musician, the artist, but there are also a lot of amazing musicians out there now that are bringing new things. It doesn't matter if it's old, new, if it's electronic, techno, blues, jazz. If the songs hit you and make you feel something, you can relate, even if it's just I don't know, you feel angry, you want to yell, it's heavy death metal, you can do it. It's a part of you. So for that, I'm gonna ask you, like, which are, like, maybe, I don't know, the 3 songs that always hits you somehow, that every time you listen, I can relate to this, I can relate to this, I can relate to that.
All right, one song.
Mhm.
One song.
3 songs. So
three songs. All right.
More choice. Let's make it less difficult.
It's a bit hard to choose from so many, but
yeah.
when I have to pick 3 of them, I think it's "Embrace of Bacchus" by Type O Negative, which is always my favorite song of all time. I don't listen to it so often, because I listened to it, I think 200, 300 times in my life, but it's always in my heart, and sometimes it just pops up in my head. And the other one is by A Perfect Circle, 3 Libras, which is a very gloomy, very tragic song, and I don't think I cried more often to any other song in my life. So and so this is always one I have in my heart too. And recently I'm listening a lot to Bathis. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a queer electronic artist from the States, and he is able to create very dark soundscapes and very intense songs, and he get a very expressive voice. And I think something like "Governed" by him, which is on his latest album. Those songs are songs that really I can really connect to. He's talking about his private life a lot, and it's a very direct form and very intimate form of music. So I really dig that too. Yeah.
Just send me this artist and then in private.
Should I? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, just because that's a lot of interest artists, I think, that are diving into the electronic scene and into the techno. There are way more expressive that we might remember when we were kids, that were maybe dance music. That was that's all. That was in the 90s and late 90s, was a little bit of electronic. But now there is a blending. There is became also a kind of a melodic. It's not like before. There is only BPMS, whatever it's called. It has also meaning I felt that with this project called Second Circle. I'm gonna send you that. It's an art techno project from or contract.
Send it to me, please.
It's kind of some Nine Inch Nails thing. Really good bands that I don't know gives you. You can even feel and understand the meanings of the lyrics. It's not just sound eating. So that's what I think many people also should give a little bit of listen, because let's admit it, sometimes dance is not a bad thing. Going to a party is not a bad thing. It helps you even to release.
Absolutely.
It's
a great tool to release some pain and stress. Just go out, dance dance your ass off and have a good time. But I think you are completely right. Back in the days, when you think about the 90s or early 2000s, all the dance music, most of it was plastic. You know, of course there were exceptions like Nine Inch Nails, and other stuff from the scene. But I don't actually know too many examples. You know, of course, I always think first of Nine Inch Nails and Trent Reznor, in particular. But there weren't too many emotional and
I mean, the thing was like a Perfect Circle or Massive Attack. We had these just things.
Yeah, Massive Attack, all right. And Björk, of course. So she's an electronic artist too. And Sigur Rós, all right. Okay, now when I'm thinking about, there was some emotional stuff going on, but not too much actually. And it's nice that, you know, we are living in times of the death of subcultures. You know, everything is breeding together, and it's a huge clusterfuck. But when you're mating with so many different genres, something good comes out of it. You know, and Bartos is a perfect example. I'm pretty sure he doesn't listen too much to techno or something like that, but more like emotional artists from every kind of genre.
Exactly, really like that. There are so many beautiful, but also like. The music, like for example, theater, which can be emotional but also having fun, because blues, it's for me, blues is like the sound, the music of the storytelling, the music of life. That's what Dolly Parton, all that, those Johnny Cash, all these amazing
Tracy Chapman, stuff like that, you know, soul and blues.
That was they said they always, even before Johnny Cash, they always said the story of the people, especially the less fortunate people, the minorities, people out there. That's really important. So before ending, of course, people can find these all the material from Tier on the Spotify platform, Bandcamp. I will put all the link below. So that's
everywhere.
But there are some live shows that you are guys preparing this summer. Just it's postponed also, like in winter next year. We got some gigs in the near future. We will play on the Rock Art Festival here in Trier, which is at the end of September. Please don't ask me for the exact date. Don't worry. There's still time. And, I don't even remember tomorrow what I have to do. We have to do it by then.
I already forgot what I've eaten yesterday. And we will, our next gig will be on the Copper of Rock, which is a very nice festival. And then we will play on the same stage with the incredible Daley Thompson and Sumo Sluts. And we were really looking forward to that. And on the next day, Ill Disposed, we will be playing some of my childhood heroes. So I'm pretty proud to share.
So that's,
thank you so much.
So that's kind of a new, let's say that's the next live, at least to be focused on at the moment.
Yeah, it will be at the end of August. Yeah, and we are already preparing for that. Yeah.
Okay, so enjoy your holidays, and because then you're gonna start again. At least with music, always it's a little bit between holidays and work. So
yeah.
What can I say, Fab? Next time there is gonna be some new live shows. Maybe we're gonna bring out the other two guys in the band. So we're gonna
that would be awesome.
Quiz them about their personal journey too. And
it's
also interesting to see their point of view from the songs itself. Three different. But don't get into a fight like we're talking about.
No. we are like brothers, you know. Sometimes we fight, but we always come back together. And like I said, it would be interesting to have them here because I only talk about my perspective of things.
Yeah, of course. We will have also their perspective, and then I can ask you the question that I always ask: which song do you recommend from you? And it has to be different for all of you, so no one can say the same. I can ask to you, but we need more people, so I will save that question for the next time.
Yeah, all right, let's do that.
So,
it would be awesome to be on your show again. Thank you so much for having me.
Always. Thank you so much, Fab. And probably what will be next summer in May, no, March. I don't know. There is some festival meeting, something in Germany. I will let you know. In
nice.
April or March, I don't remember. I have to check. So I will
just write me. Yep.
Yeah. I will be around that because I will be for sure in Summer Breeze next year, but I will be before around March or May. I don't remember. So I will talk about that. So have a nice day and enjoy your holiday. Thank you so much.
Have a nice day too. Bye-bye.
Bye.